the next segment is going to cover a skill enhancements drill. In other words, this is a drill, so you build a skill in the inside fighting with the knife. A lot of times when you fight with the knives, you're not going to be able to see the action coming in, and you're going to have to learn to detect it when you're up close by a feeling, or by, I said, that you can detect it without relying on your vision. All right, the drill starts off with Carlos coming in with a straight punch. This will illustrate that he comes with a stab to my throat. Later on, we're going to put the knives into play into the drill, but first, for learning purposes, you start empty hand. He comes in, and I'm going to check it with my rear hand. Rear hand. All I do is I check it with my rear hand. That will be the first beat of the drill. After the first beat, I'm coming in from underneath and checking it this way. Make sure when you go up that you're vertical. I don't want you to go this way, because in reality you will be directing him with the blade. So I'm coming in one and straight up. From here, I'm going to check the elbow. Check the elbow. And then I'm coming in with my own punch. Again, so he comes in 1, 2, vertical, 3, and I come with my own punch. Again, 1, 2, 3, and I come with my own punch. Again, 1, 2, 3, and come with my own punch. Try to have a flow into one to another in an overlapping motion. Don't be mechanical, because in a knife fight, things are going to happen real quick. And if you start becoming mechanical, you're always going to be what I call a half beat behind. All right, so again, it comes in 1, 2, 3, and I got my own. Now this will be built up as a flow drill. In other words, I'm going to do the same thing to Carlos, and he's going to repeat the same thing to me. So Carlos comes in 1, 2. Okay, in the beginning, you start off slow. In other words, you find a rhythm you're both comfortable with. In other words, Carlos comes in, I find a rhythm that both of us are real comfortable with. Real comfortable with. Right there. Okay, the most common mistake here will be fishing for the first check. In other words, coming too soon. I'll wait for Carlos to come in. Right here, then I don't have to reach out. If you're going to fish for your first check, you're going to end up reaching out. No good. Make it come to you. 1, 2, and there we go. Now, as you get better at this, you start spinning it up. And then you start moving around. Because the knife fight is dynamic. And you're going back and forth. Okay, the same thing will apply now. As soon as you get that skill good, empty hand, now comes the play of the knife. Carlos comes in with that stab. First one is my check here. This time, instead of using my hand, I'm going to use my knife. In other words, he comes in 1 and here. From here, I got the check on the elbow, and I come with my own stab. And Carlos repeats the same thing. The same thing back and forth. Now, earlier I said it's important that you don't fish for the first one, because right now if you fish, you're going to go into the knife. It's important that you let the knife pass. Right here, then come with your own attack. 1, 2. And the same thing applies here. First, you find a tempo that you're real comfortable with, and then you start spinning it up. Maybe you move around a little bit and go with the drill. Okay, this is not a fighting drill. In other words, I don't fight that way. I'm just building up a skill for me to be there, so when I'm in the knife fight, things become instinctive versus by technique. In other words, maybe he's attacking me with the knife, and I'm coming 1, 2, and then I have that right there. In other words, he came in and engaged, and I can borrow that, or even if I have the knife. So again, this is a good drill for you to get accustomed to the flow where the knife fight might take you when you're up close here, when you get into close quarter combat.